Black Mountain is an organization that, in most cases, similar organizations are run efficiently to make a profit. Black Mountain, as far as I can see, is greatly underutilized. It has a very short season, does very little during the summer. It doesn't use its facilities particularly aggressively, and it doesn't need to because it always had a subsidy from the town. Now, and you can see that there's a tremendous private fundraising potential for Black Mountain, because now that there's a possibility of town funding being discontinued, there's a tremendous amount of private money coming in to help Black Mountain. That money was always out there, but they never needed to go after it because they were always receiving the subsidy.
Finance Committee and some of the choices that we made. I don't think that the budget that was put out by the selectmen is responsible. I understand it. I respect it. I think it's devastating to our town. I think that the people that are in the tax group here, the Save Rumford group, I think they're doing what they think is best for the town. But I have a completely different view of what's best for the town. I don't think it's best for the town to cut our town roads so that we can't pave them properly anymore and we're all dealing with huge potholes. I think it's irresponsible, like the selectmen's budget does, to cut our winter roads to the point where we have to worry about safety of being able to travel anywhere. I think that there's a big, I know from the work that I do, that there's a big drug problem in town, and I know that one of the things that our police department does with their detectives is to work hard to keep drugs off the streets of Rumford and keep people from ending up going into drugs. And I don't think most of the work that happens around that, people are aware of. They don't really see it. But I see it. I know the work. I work in the schools. I see what's going on in the community. It's crucial to keep that. We should not be cutting that. The fire department is not going to keep, from our discussions, it's not going to keep 3 men in the fire department all the time. And you need 3 men if you're going to be able to respond appropriately and go into a house if there's something, if there's a fire and you need to rescue somebody. I mean, there's a lot of balances that we do that fall on the side of public safety. I think most of the people now that they realize just exactly what this money pays for, I'm hoping that they're going to understand that and they're going to be willing to support the Finance Committee's recommendation. But I would encourage people that if they want to have safe roads, if they want to work to keep drugs off the street and have enough firemen and the police station to be able to come into your house and save a life if there's something burning. If we want to have recreation in our town and keep the economic engine, that you vote the Finance Committee's recommendation. I feel incredibly comfortable with what the Finance Committee did, putting that money back in. And people, now it's up to the townspeople. Do you want a town where all these things are cut? Or do you want a town that is going to be good for kids, that are going to encourage people to go, that's going to draw people into the town and is going to keep us safe?
I disagree. I respectfully disagree. I think the select person's recommendations are a way to institute change. I think that we need to look at how we do business. I think our budgets reflect that. I don't think that we frivolously made cuts. I think we talked to each department head as they came in and we asked questions. And I think that a lot of our budgets were pretty much aligned. After the initial vote went down, we talked to each department head again. And I think most of our budgets were pretty well in line with the reductions that they had made. If you don't change anything, then nothing's going to change. And I think in some of the situations, and personally, I supported the recreation request on the initial budget article, but I can't support putting money into the contingency fund. I don't think it's the right way to go. But
just a thought as to how we got where we are. Over the past 30, 40 years, we relied on the mill. Everybody said the mill's never going to close, never going to downgrade, and we relied on that. We relied on the vitality that we had in the town. As things changed in the mill, the economics changed. But
fire department. There's a fire in my building. I'm on the third floor. I walk with the cane. I don't do stairs well. There's 2 other people, 3 other people on my floor that have walkers. They can't use stairs. We can't use an elevator. How the heck are we supposed to get downstairs? We need our fire department to be as complete as possible to help us out of our buildings if there should be a fire. That's one issue. Our most important asset today is our children, and we've got to give them the best we can. And I really feel the vote should go for everything that we need. Yes, it's a few dollars out of our pockets. So,
Everything you said, last month, the voters didn't agree with either one of us. They shot every budget down. Like it or not, that's the position we're in. I agree with everything you said about fire department, USDC, and everything, but the legislative body told us, no, we don't want to spend that money anymore. So our office is willing to follow up on what Greg said. I'm going to stand behind the selectmen's recommendations. I don't personally have to like them all, but I think they're going to work.